Hey everyone. So a lot of us, right, we use AI tools like ChatGPT as, a really powerful assistant. But what if you could take that to a whole new level? I mean, what if instead of an assistant you have to babysit and prompt all day, you had an entire AI company, a workforce that's running 24/7, completely on its own, even while you're asleep? That's the mind-blowing idea we're going to dig into today. All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll talk about the big shift from AI assistant to AI company. Then, you'll get to meet the AI team itself. We'll look at how they work around the clock, peek inside their office, and wrap up with the most critical piece of the puzzle, your new role as the CEO.
So first up, let's talk about this fundamental shift in thinking. This is about moving past seeing AI as just a tool and starting to see it as a full-on autonomous system.
And that brings up a really important question for you. Think about how you use AI right now. Are you the one doing all of the heavy lifting, all the prompting, the copy pasting, the constant checking? Or is your AI actually working for you on its own, even when you're offline? Yeah, and check this out. This slide really lays it all out. On one side, you've got the standard AI assistant. It's totally reactive. It just sits there, waiting for you to tell it what to do, and it only works when you're working. But then look at the other side, the AI company. This thing is proactive. It has its own schedule, it runs 24/7, and it's creating value for you long after you've called it a day. So let's be real for a second. The key takeaway here is that if you're just opening a chat window and typing in questions, that's not an AI company. That's just a really, really powerful assistant. The true game changer isn't about more power, it's about initiative. It's about building a system that truly works for you, not just with you. Okay, so if we're talking about building a company, well, every company needs a team, right? So let's meet the specialized AI employees who make up this whole autonomous workforce. And this is where it gets super interesting. Just look at this structure. We're not talking about one single general-purpose AI. No, this is a whole team of specialists. You've got Lala, who's basically the AI CEO, running the show. Then there's Lumi, the developer, and Ori, who's the researcher. Craft is your content creator, Sage is the market analyst, and Pixel, well, Pixel is the visual designer. Each one has a specific job, just like a real-world company.
All right, so you've got the team, but the big question is, how do they all work together? Let's actually walk through a day in the life of this AI company and see how this whole autonomous workflow works.
And this is where the magic really happens. Picture this. It's 1 a.m. You're fast asleep. But Lumi, the coder, is already hard at work fixing bugs, optimizing code, all on its own. By the time you wake up at 7 a.m., there are already finished reports waiting for you from the team. I mean, your workday hasn't even begun, and the company has already put in hours of productive work. It's incredible.
Let's take content creation as an example, right? It all starts with Ari, the researcher. It's out there scanning Reddit and X, looking for what people are complaining about, their pain points. Once it finds something, it creates a brief and hands it off to Craft, the writer. Craft then cranks out the article. But here's the key part. It doesn't just send it to you. First, it goes to Lala, the AI CEO, for a final quality check. The whole thing is a completely hands-off assembly line.
And it's not just for straightforward stuff like that. What about complex, strategic problems? Well, the human can kick off a brainstorming session. And this is so cool. Each agent argues from its own point of view. The developer, the marketer, the researcher, they actually debate each other. Then Lala takes that whole mess of ideas and synthesizes it into one clear conclusion for you, the human, to make the final call. This is so powerful because it helps you see blind spots that you, or even just one AI, would totally miss on your own. Okay, an autonomous team sounds amazing, but there's a catch, right? How in the world do you manage a team you can't even see? So now let's go inside Mission Control, the custom-built office for this AI workforce. Because here's the biggest challenge. Without some kind of visibility, your autonomous team just becomes this big black box. You have no clue what they're working on, if they've hit a roadblock, or what they finished. And as they say, you just can't manage what you can't see. And the solution is just fantastic. It's this visual AI office. Think of it like a single screen, a dashboard, with these cool little retro pixel art characters for each agent. There are status lights, green means they're busy, red means they're idle, and you can just click on any one of them to see their to-do list, their activity logs, and even the chats they're having with each other as they pass work back and forth. It's awesome. So, where does all the finished work go? It gets delivered to the company's HQ, which is actually just a super well-organized Discord server. Every agent has its own channel for dropping off its work. So Lumi's code goes into the devlog channel, Sage's market reports go into market research, and, this is important,
Anything that needs your final sign-off gets popped into the approval channel. It's a perfect system for keeping everything organized and easy to review. All right, so if the AI team is doing all the researching, coding, writing, designing, pretty much 24/7, what's left for you to do? And that brings us to the final and honestly the most important part of this whole thing, your new job. Your job is not to do the work anymore. Your new role is the strategist. You're not down in the weeds playing an instrument. You are the conductor of the entire orchestra. You're the one who sets the grand vision, who asks the big questions, and who makes those final, critical judgment calls. I love how the person who built this system put it. They said, I only manage the direction, Lala manages the execution. It's that simple. The human CEO points the ship, and the AI CEO makes sure everyone is rowing in the right direction to get there. So when you boil it all down, this whole system is designed to automate the how. It takes care of the entire execution process. And what that does is it frees you up. It gives you back your most valuable resources, your time and your brain power, so you can focus on the really hard questions. What should we be doing? And maybe even more important, why are we doing it? And that really leaves us with one final big question. Just think about it for a second. If you had your own 24/7 autonomous team of AI specialists, ready and waiting to build whatever you could dream up, what would your AI company build? The possibilities are just staggering. Really gives you something to think about, doesn't it?